Okay, the last thing I'm going to talk about in relation to dreams today is precognition. So that is when you have a dream and then it actually comes true. Okay, this is harder to pinpoint because you might wake up and you'll have the dream and you'll think about it and then nothing will happen for maybe a few days, maybe a few weeks, maybe a month, okay? And then it comes about. And this is another reason why journaling your dreams is really handy, because if you remember, you can flick back a few months and go over it. Now, I have to admit, I haven't been practicing this for a while. I'm pretty slack with my own dream journal for now because I tend to just remember it in my head. But years ago, I had lots of little notebooks, hundreds of these little notebooks around the house. And this one fell out the other day and one of my kids got into it and I just opened it on a random page. And I was really fascinated because this is a few years ago. This is 2010, okay? 2010, this is before I had kids. This was before I had marriage. This was like a lifetime ago. Okay, but I was still quite conscious of my spirituality and my dreams and developing them. So, I've got here, and I'm just going to read it. It's a little bit, messy. It's a note form, as I said. So, and it's continuing on from some other things that I'll do in another video as well. So it's got here, I then dreamt on Monday morning, the 1st of November, a horse race. The winning horse, the jockey, was wearing yellow and purple. The Melbourne Cup was on, so I assumed it was about that race. But the only jockey that was racing that had close to that had yellow and blue, not purple. Okay, so the dream, the jockey was wearing yellow and purple. Now I've woken up and I've looked into it. I'm like, oh, okay, is there a horse race on? I'm looking for it. Melbourne Cup. Oh, there's no jockey wearing that colour. That should have been my sign that it was not the right race. But I doubted myself, okay? So I decided to put a bet on the jockey that had yellow and blue. I thought maybe I dreamt the colour wrong. Of course, I put a bet on it and I lost. Then, a few days later, a few days after, Oaks Day horse race was on. I don't know much about these things. I never bet, I never race. I'm not a sporty person at all. Okay, but I saw on the news something had popped up about Oaks Day race. Okay, the winner, the jockey that won this race, was wearing yellow and purple. Okay, so this is really important. Here I've had a dream about a horse race. Here I've had a dream of the colours that the winning jockey was wearing. Okay, and it's hard because I'm not a gambler. I don't bet, I don't put things on. So this is like out of the blue. This is a random dream that Spirit has given me. Okay, trying to give me an opportunity, obviously, to win some money here. Okay, and you hear jokes about this. Well, why aren't they giving you the winning lotto numbers? Or why aren't they giving you the winning things? Well, here, look, they gave it to me, but I messed up. I doubted myself. I doubted the information given to me. I doubted that the color was going to be exactly yellow and purple. So I put a bet on a different race close to it, thinking maybe it's that. I doubted myself. I doubted the message that Spirit gave to me. If I knew a bit more about the sport, maybe I would have understood that there were other races and other jockeys and things like that. That's a lack of information on me. And maybe that's where I could say, hey, Spirit, next time you give me a message like that about a winning jockey for a race, can you please be more specific? Can you tell me a name of a race? Can you tell me a suburb? Can you tell me a date? Okay, but there's no way for me. Like, I've just woken up one morning, I've had this dream, I've written it down. I had no idea that it was going to be an actual race. I had no idea that it was going to be prophetic, but I had a hunch. I was like, maybe I should check this out, okay? Maybe I should look into it. I just didn't do all of the work required, okay? And unfortunately, I didn't win anything because I bet on the wrong race and it was a different race, but the winning jockey was wearing yellow and purple, just like in the dream. Okay, so I've written down in my journal, and I'm going to continue this for a little bit more.